Hello, my friends. How are you today? It is Thursday and still February. Still, it's February. It's closer to the spring than ever before. So, when we achieve to come to spring, we will go out in the sunshine. And now it's war in Ukraine. What about that? What can we say? It has been tense there for the last many years between Russia and Ukraine. They have been knocking on their door before, and still they are knocking in the door. They are not only knocking on the door, they are knocking the door in. It's a little bit noisy here, but it can be overcome by me focusing better on my video. There is certain magical times. I can give you a hint. If I have reached 10 minutes of this, I'm well into what I'm going to talk about. If not, I'm not going to do it. So you will never see only 10 minutes videos. You will see many videos, so 30 minutes. I've been maybe a little bit preoccupied with this
Bli bla blue, bli bla blue.
which have been a case of itself. But you see, when we are restricted from free speech, no one will ever broadcast your video. So let me talk a little bit about free speech. I think, or as my girlfriend say, it is. But I tend to cool a little bit down on those statements because I'm not that certain. So to say something that it is, you need to believe in time, you need to believe in yourself, you need to have the stamina of disputing everybody, laying everybody to the ground, that you defeated them all together. But free speech is your liberty to say what is in your mind. Not all there should be talking about. Not everything should be outspoken, yet you should be an outspoken guy. There are many traps or many things, issues around free speech. It's first and foremost something that the international human rights confirms that you have free speech. Now we see here and there and everywhere that it is limited. We don't need to go to this pandemia that we are talking about all the time, but we can go to free speech. In the old Russian Soviet Union, people that spoke their mind were jailed. Here I can sit and have no problem. But would my word count? I don't think so. I'm just a single man. Those veterans or those veterans, I can't compare myself with them, but I have been tried silenced. I can relate to that. Those were silenced, put in jail, or if not, they were damaged in a way that it was beyond recognition, or killed. In China, which we are forbidden to talk about. In China, what would you say when you are in China? You can't say, because if you say something, you are dead. They kill their oppositions. If you go to Iran, if you go to some Muslim country, even in Malaysia, I have to speak the truth. They have interaction business with Israel. But if you want to visit Israel, you are not allowed by the pure fact that the passport tells so. Every part of the world beside only one country, Israel. I have been to Israel 15, 16 times. I'm lucky that I didn't came from Malaysia, because Malaysia you can visit everywhere. And I don't envy those people, that kind of restriction. Because Israel, for me, is the core of everything. Everything good. Maybe also everything bad. Those that want to fight Israel, they will turn around and fight everybody that defend Israel. Or we can enlarge the parameter. They will fight everyone that fight for free speech. They are restricting everybody else but themselves. As I have experienced on some platforms, in some groups, I was chased out of every freaking group. I bet I didn't defend Israel. They were proud Christians, and they were proud atheists. And as long as they were leftists, it was okay. As long as you were proven to be a leftist, those are so military strict. So I have a word or two to those leftists, but I shouldn't mind them, because they are just children in a small sandbag throwing sand. They have no. They will prove they have power. It doesn't impress me. I eat them for lunch. Free speech is more than me. That's why those people that are suffering or have been suffering died just because of free speech. Those that have died is from the leftists. They want to kill, strangle every human that have some opposition to them. That is their form for free speech. As long as you dance with them, sing with them, and rejoice with them, free Palestine. They don't care about the Palestinians. No, they care about their urge for hate over Israel, over the Christians, over the liberated people. We in a group are talking about those globalists. Yeah, that is the leftists. They want a global rulement. They are not satisfied with small petty issues. No, they are going to save the world. Their ideology is all about to save the world from themselves into the leftist regime. And I can just talk for myself and my own experience, that the leftists, if you say something contrary to what they are saying, it could be as a simple matter as the evolution or the global the environment, regarding the environment. They get so angry. They get so angry that they blame you for tampering with the climate. But you have more sober-minded people that knows a little bit about what they are talking about, not like the leftists, because the harder resistant they get, the more cruel they get verbally. So I went into Israel debates, evolution debates, and also this climate change debate. It is not a pretty sight when we have these debates, because I mock them. I do. My free speech is on the level that they are. I put verbs in my mouth against them, and I can see now they have given up. They gave up for some month ago, just maybe a year, because I ended up talking about dogs. And dogs is similar to everything that the leftists is all about. So I conveyed my feelings about dogs or dogs in general, because they own even the dogs. They defined even the dogs. Dog you can't define. It's like a dog. You can't define other in a different way than to be a dog. So when you oppose their definition of a dog, it's like the same debate I have seen many times. I just went into the dog issue of dogs because just to see how they are behaving regarding dogs and regarding Israel, regarding climate change, regarding what else? This evolution theory of Darwin. It's kind of they have explanations which no one can believe anyway. They value their dog so highly that even humans are less worthy than dogs. And they say a dog became their family. It was part of my family. How low is that? For a human, dog is a dog. Like a cat is a cat. A cow is a cow. What more do you want of a dog than you want of a cow? You don't even peel the skin off when it's dead. You don't even eat bones. You just throw it away. When you are finished with the time with the dog, you just throw it away. You have no value. It's like they are defending the Palestinian. That for them, in itself, have no value. Value over Palestine is just the attempt of putting Israel in a bad image. That's how it is. It's noise in the... But I don't care. It can be so, it can be different. So, freedom of speech goes a long way. When you are in a circle, I tried that some days ago. Some years ago, of course, I said my mind. Because I choose the platform to say it. And I told them and the leaders that this is not okay. I react to this and that. And I was very honest about it. It ended up me not joining them anymore. Because they reacted very sensitive to that kind of saying, that I tried to overrule their own decision. But it was not me to overrule anything. I just said my mind. That is what I did. And if people are so immature in handling different opinions, like the leftists, they should be left alone. The leftists should be left alone. Because they can't handle any differences, oppositions. It's like they have a demand for tolerance. But are they tolerant? If you are a Christian and you are a very dedicated Christian, or a Jew with all these hats and dreadlocks, what you call it, and kippah and everything, and I know that the Jews doesn't go with the kippahs in Norway. Why? Because of the leftists. They can't stand to see a Jew, nor do they stand to see a Muslim wearing hijab, burqa or something. They can't stand it because then it proves regarding the Muslims, they are oppressed. That is how their mind is working. They want to liberate the Muslims, the Muslim women, and they just view it in a very singular way. And they don't care about what the Muslim women are saying. And for the Jews, they are just not liked. They have verbs, they have expressions that when they don't want to go to the toilet, they have some Jewish, some anti-Semitic expressions on that. And if a man or someone makes a lot of money, they have an anti-Semitic expression on that. What a Jew is like, what a Jew he is. Like he's just making big money. And the people are very like zombies regarding this. Of course they can say it. I don't oppose saying something like that. But they are very, if they get some feedback on their their liberation to say something like that, they go banana. They can't stand you. And those are mostly the leftists. The right wing, I have not yet entered that realm. I don't know so much. Maybe I'm right wing. I don't care. But in my world, you are liberated to say what you want. You have to liberate your children to say what they want, not to everybody else necessarily, but to you as a father, to you as a mother. Because it is some kind of exercise when you see leopards and lions and cats. We can learn from that, and even the monkeys are picking on the small ones. Sometimes they are killed. The small lions, when it's the baby lions, when it's in the middle of the crowd, they are mocked, they are bullied into the degree that they can be killed. Not out of cruelty, but out of just the fun of it. But the leopard is more soul individuals. They when they have a baby, the cub plays like fighting with their mother, maybe father too, but mostly they fight their mother, and they are turning on each other and playing like. But in the humankind, they have some strange rules. That is the sound when they attacked a human being, the children. So they should attack the father and the mothers, because it's necessary to learn by experience. You can't learn obedience only. You have to learn the difference between obedience and the freedom you have. So the obedient child will never really understand what's the liberty to say, to be, to do. No. It's kind of a twilight zone. When people are not understanding, don't understand their own liberty. That's why I'm here, to tell you about your liberty. You are your liberty is all about, you can say, that you can't harm. You can't appeal to fight other people, to kill other people and expose other people. But you have some liberty to say what's in your mind. You can be driven by fear of your siblings that belittle you in a way, that they can't stand what you are saying in any which way. That's how people can be. And that kind of limited freedom that you feel you have, you should test it. And if you take charge, if you take charge of that liberty, you will conquer the world. I mean to say, even as a grown-up, I see many prisoners are walking around because I can see that they are not liberated to say anything. In their community, you have to lay low. That's the idea. That's the idea of their liberty. Many times I was told when I started up in a new community, you have to keep your head down. Don't stick yourself out there. I didn't really... I think what's in my mind could be appreciated with other people. And it has been proven over and over again, despite what I felt in the initiate beginning. Yesterday, for example, I had to say something to some people that felt a little bit awkward to say, because it was, as I felt it, much needed. And it created a lot of conflicts in myself, so I had to say it, and it was received with with people that was appreciating my saying. And sorry for the noise. They are trying to do something, maybe sabotaging. Maybe it's the leftists that are sabotaging this video. I don't care. I will talk over them. I will reign over them. So, my friends, even though it's hard to say your piece, it's much needed. It's when it's hard to say it, it's much needed. We've been talking with some guy that the spirit went down. And I said it is most important for you to put words in your mouth and say your piece, because if you feel that you have some drive, you should be open about it when someone put a block in that wheel. So I think that you have to do something in order to find out the next step. It's much needed that you know what to do with the next step that you are about to take. So that is my saying today. And people have been jailed because of free speech. But that is not the only thing. You have these whistleblowers that can be of much use. Maybe they are anonymous, maybe they are open, like Julian Assange. He was a whistleblower, well-known, world-known whistleblower. But you see, there are also more anonym whistleblowers that exposes things in their company, in their community, that is not right. But you need many more whistleblowers, many more with free speech in order to get the justice to rule. There have to be justice, because freedom is all about justice. Freedom, your freedom is ruled by justice. It's not something you can take out of nothing. It's based in law. The law gives you right. So listen to this voice now. I'm still talking, and I will dispute everyone that say you are restricted, You can't say that. Yes, I will say that and much more. I will put verbs in my mouth. Yet again.